Hey guys, and welcome back. We're playing 9 p.m. It's Itch.io game made by Fullman. I hope I said that right. Yeah, I'm excited. I really want to play this game for a while, and I keep forgetting to play it. And I logged in on my Itch.io, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I really want to play this game." So I'm excited. So let's do this. Let's go. Start. Choose your fighter. Wow, I didn't expect that. Janitor Gary. Would love to just watch bingo every day. Not paid enough. Still use Walkman and thinks they're groovy. Wait, can I pick someone else? I guess we're picking Gary. It's 9 p.m. on a Friday, and you are pissed. You could have been at home watching bingo for about 30 minutes already, but you had to clean up after Steve, your good-for-nothing coworker. Well, the hell is he anyways? He probably just made a mess and left, like he always does. God damn it, Steve. As you walk past to your office, the lab is empty and quiet, but not unusually so. You pull out your ancient Walkman and you're just about to turn it on as you hear a low growling sound. A stray or something that found its way into the building. Maybe you should go take a look. Or maybe it was nothing. You don't hear anything right now. And honestly, you really want to be done for today. Obviously, we're going to investigate. You carefully step out into the main hallway, trying to make as little sound as possible. At the end of it, near the bathrooms, you see a tall, kind of lanky figure. Wait a second. Is that... Christ. It is Steve, that damn idiot. What the hell is he doing here? Wait for him to notice you. You cross your arms and you start tapping your foot, but Steve doesn't seem to notice. Alright, he never was the sharpest tool in the shed. Or is he ignoring you on purpose? Sure has some balls, that guy. After leaving, you clean up alone. He should be crying and apologizing, not acting like you've done him wrong somehow. Steve, you say sternly, what the hell is up with you? Are you just being an asshole on purpose or what? Steve doesn't seem to appreciate your tone of voice at all that much. He starts groaning and whining and, drooling all over the floor. Okay, something isn't right with Steve. You start to wonder if he smoked weed in the bathroom again. Last time he did that, he threw up and you had to take him to the ER. Even had to pay that damn bill for him because he said he was broke. Come to think of it, did Steve ever pay you back for that? He said he would, but... Suddenly, he turns around and growls right at you, interrupting your train of thought. He's... Oh, god damn it. Steve has turned into a zombie! Run. Remembering how in the zombie films you used to watch sometimes when bingo wasn't on yet, the zombies were really slow? Like, so slow that it was actually a bit ridiculous how the protagonist couldn't easily avoid them. Yeah, apparently that's not the kind of zombie Steve is. Kind of ironic considering how slow he used to be as a human. Anyways, now you're in pretty deep shit. You sort of okay at running, but Steve is like 20 years younger than you, and also he's, sort of dead. So it's not like he has some kind of remorse stopping him. Thinking of it, this could also be his revenge for you yelling at him yesterday. You will probably never know. His teeth ram into your neck in no time and you collapse on the ground. God damn it, Steve. I died! That was so fast. Gary, ending 1. Choose my fighter. Ooh, okay. Unpaid intern Katya is actually here for work experience but has only served coffee so far. Nervous wreck, sometimes cries in the bathroom on breaks. She's so cute! It's 9 p.m. on a Friday, and you just awoken from your accidental nap in the break room. How embarrassing. Why did no one wake you up? In fact, where is everyone? And wait a second. It's 9 p.m. already? They didn't leave you here, did they? Oh my god. They totally did. And on the door to the break room is locked. Try to kick it down. Let's go. You are too weak to kick it down. Also, wouldn't this be destruction of property? You don't have enough money to replace it if it gets broken beyond repair. You still have a ton of student loans to pay. No, there's got to be another way. Try picking the lock with a hairpin. You crouch down with your hairpin and start picking the lock. It can't be that hard, can it? On TV, it seems to be over pretty quickly. As you're still moving the hairpin around, you hear something on the other side of the door. Has help arrived already? Hello? You call out cautiously. There's no answer, only growling? An animal, maybe? Some kind of dog? Why would they let dogs into the labs? Suddenly, somebody rams the door from the other side. You jump back in shock and see a man bursting through, foaming at the mouth. Wait, you know that guy? Isn't it Steve, the janitor? Oh. He's not all that good at his job, but he always greets you with a smile and you've grown to appreciate him. Now he looks straight out of a zombie film. You squeak as Steve comes closer and closer, his hands outstretched and reaching for you, like in a horror movie. Stop it, you shout, but he doesn't seem to understand you. He's probably trying to eat you. Throw a chair at him and run. I'm too young to die, you scream as you grab the nearest chair. And I don't want my parents to have to pay my stupid student loans. You throw the chair at Steve as hard as you can and storm out of the break room. Running, it turns out, isn't all that easy with high heels on, but you can't stop, not until you've outrun Steve. Maybe you should have closed the door for the break room. You turn a corner and almost run into a wall. This is the end of the hallway. You cast a nervous glance back, but it doesn't seem like Steve is following you anymore. Still, you can't just turn and go back, can you? Ugh. What a mess. You should have never started working here. This whole lab is bad news. Alright, enough self-pitying. There's 2 doors you can go through to get out of here. You put your ear against each door and listen. One has pittering sound coming behind it, behind the other one is just dead quiet. Both seem kind of suspicious, honestly. We're gonna take the door without any sound. The deadly quiet side seems like the better option at first, but now you realize just why it was quiet. A group of men in suits are sitting on the floor and viciously feeding on the body of another unpaid intern. They stop when they notice you, hungry eyes now glaring in your direction. You gulp. Coffee, gentlemen? There's a joke here somewhere you think you start tearing you apart. Something about subordinates and their modern work environment. You want to tell them, but you're not sure they'd appreciate it. Bummer. I died again. Dang. Thank you for playing, 9 p.m. Oh. Ooh, they have a Patreon, guys. Go check it out. I want to make games. This is so cool. That's fine. We're going to try again. We're going to choose differently. Janitor Gary. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go to our office this time. Your shift is over. Even if it wasn't your imagination, it's not your problem anymore. You're tired. And you don't get paid enough for overtime. Or you don't get paid for overtime. As you put your supplies away, you hear the growling again. Louder this time. Very loud, actually. It could be a raccoon that found its way into the lab somehow. But by the sound of it, it would be a really big and aggressive raccoon. And one with a weirdly deep voice. Okay, it's probably not a raccoon at all. Just leave the lab. Just go. Just go, my guy. No reason to fight whatever not raccoon thing it is. You're just gonna head home and watch bingo. You close the supply closet and head down the hallway towards the elevator. As you press the button to go down, though, nothing happens. They don't light up and there's no numbers indicating on which floor it is. Not even the quiet rumbling of the elevator, signaling it to move to be heard. Weird. What's even weirder is the small noise coming from inside the thing. It sounds like scratching. You're not easily frightened, but even you must admit there's been a lot of, let's say, unusual noises in the lab today. You stare at the closed door in the elevator, unsure. The scratching quiets down a little. Suddenly, the button you press lights up and you hear the elevator moving down towards your floor. Let's take the stairs. Stairs it is. It's probably safer this way. Who knows what's going on with that elevator? As you descend the stairs, you hear noises coming from below. Far too much noises for a lab that's supposedly closed at this hour. You, and maybe Steve, God knows where he went, should be the only ones in the building right now. What exactly is happening down there? It's people, you realize as you get closer to the bottom floor. Lots of them. You can hear them dragging their feet across the linoleum floors and making strange grunting noises. Alright, that sure is unsettling. Was there something weird in the coffee today, or... But as you arrive downstairs, you're not sure about your coffee theory anymore. The people down here seem way too off, grunting and growling, running into each other and drooling absent-mindedly. It's almost like they're zombies. Ah, shit. This is really not how you thought your evening would go. Does that mean that the world is ending? Can't a man just watch bingo in peace? Let's sit down and think about our life. That's what this calls for an evaluation of your life. You sit down and think about where you went wrong. Maybe this is karma for yelling at Steve yesterday, although you're still convinced that was justified. Maybe you shouldn't have accepted this job in the first place. Everyone knows shady sci-fi stuff happens in labs like this one. Maybe you should have moved out of town as soon as you turned 18, and just like you used to say to your parents. Maybe you should have married Barbara. Yeah, maybe you should have. Barbara was a bit of a pain in the ass, but maybe that could have changed your fate. Wondering what she's doing these days. While you're still thinking about Barbara, the growling from upstairs grows louder and louder until you can't ignore it anymore. You look back and see a figure standing above you. I'm trying to think, you say, annoyed. They bite you. Rude? Aw, we died. Barbara, no. Choose your fighter. Alright, now we're the intern again. Let's go. Oopsie. Wait, no. Okay, well, my bad. Picking the lock. Communicate with you. Steve has never been that eloquent. Maybe if you try to speak a little slower, you tell him trying to be helpful. Steve? Steve opens his mouth, baring his teeth, and you manage to jump back at the last second before he can sink them into your flesh. Geez, that's really not the way to treat someone trying to help. Wait a second. Is Steve a zombie? I'm too young to die, and I don't want my parents to have to pay my stupid loans. You could not outrun Steve. We were here for this. You turn a corner, blah, 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 and then you have another door. Which door we're gonna pick? We're gonna pick the one with the sound. It's risky, but as soon as you enter, you sigh a big sigh of relief. The pittering was coming from a fat little raccoon munching on something it found under one of the lab tables. Hey, don't eat that! Who knows what it could do to you? The raccoon stares at you. Its eyes seem weirdly intelligent, like it understood perfectly what you just said. Then it squeaks and runs away, disappearing down the hallway. Strange little critter. Suddenly, you hear a long, low, growling sound. Wait a minute, you know that voice. Is that... It's her supervisor, Jenna. Supervisor Jenna, who never thanks you for bringing her coffee. Supervisor Jenna, who made you mop the floors on your first day instead of showing you around the lab. Supervisor Jenna, who made you cry and then told her coworkers at lunch within your earshot. Supervisor Jenna zombified. Looks like karma has finally caught up to her. You know you have to escape her, but that temptation is strong now that she can't fire you. Should you tell her a few choice words? We're gonna escape. We're gonna escape. You have to stay strong and alive. Even though you have a whole lot to say to Supervisor Jenna, you turn around and book it out of the next door. You can hear her footsteps behind you as she starts chasing you. Are zombies supposed to be this fast? Whatever, no time to think. You round the corner and immediately notice the open door to the second floor bathrooms. Hey, maybe you can hide in here. If you close the door, Supervisor Jenna will just run past you and could safely search for another way out. You're proud of your idea. You quickly slip through the door and lock it behind you before Jenna could catch up to you. You're really lucky you noticed this door. Come to think of it, why was it even open in the first place? Hey, wait a second. Isn't that Steve by the stalls? Jesus, how did he get in here? You frantically try to open the door, but it jams and won't move an inch. Aw, man, this sucks, you say to Steve. Sadly, he isn't very empathetic. No! Hey, look, they make games. Go check them out. We're gonna try one more time, because I talk fast, so I know I burst through games. Let's do. We're Gary again. Doop, doop, doop. We're gonna go to our office, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're gonna go ignore it. Maybe it'll go away. Investigate. Something's not right. Alright, so something's going on here. You take your trusted mop out of the supplies closet and listen closely until you hear the growling again. It seems to be coming from the janitor bathroom. Steve? Did he lock himself in there to smoke weed or something? You hope not. Last time he did that, he threw up all over the floor. That better not be you, Steve, you walnut. You shout in the direction of the bathroom. No answer. You stomp to the door and open it. Inside is not Steve. It's Kelly, another janitor whose shift ended at 2 p.m. Weird. What's she still doing here? On closer inspection, you suddenly realize Kelly is foaming at her mouth and moving strangely. We're gonna close the door again. There's no use talking to Kelly right now. She seems completely off, so you just close the door with a polite nod and leave her to it. You briefly wonder if you should call 911, but she would, understandably, murder you. Wait, Richard. Sorry. Understandably murder you for forcing her to pay the ambulance bill. Hopefully, she's still okay with taking your shift on Monday. Stepping back into the hallway, you see another familiar face. However, it doesn't really lift your spirits as one might think. Steve, that damn idiot, is leaning against the wall and ignoring you, probably trying to play it cool. Unbelievable. This audacity. The audacity of some people, you know, just leaning about whenever they're a zombie. How could they? We're gonna ask him. We're gonna talk to him this time. Steve doesn't seem to appreciate your tone of voice all that much. He starts groaning and whining and drooling all over the floor. Okay, something's not right with him. We took him to the ER for doing drugs. We even paid the bill for it because we're cool like that. Come to think of it, does Steve even pay you back for that? He said he would, but... Suddenly he turns around and growls right at you, interrupting your train of thought. He's... Oh, god damn it. Steve has turned into a zombie. Hit him with your mop. Yeah, let's hit him with our mop, see what happens. Thinking about how it's a little weird, but you've dreamed of giving him a slap with the mop for a while, although you pictured him alive and not trying to bite you out of it. Get a bite out of you. My bad. Poor Steve. Maybe you shouldn't have yelled at him when he knocked over your toolkit yesterday. No, actually, that was warranted. He was being an idiot and you told him to watch out several times. Hey, Steve, you think I was too hard on you yesterday? You ask. Steve just stares at you open-mouthed. No hard feelings, it seems. You give him a friendly nod. Can't read. He tries to bite you again, but he can't do anything with the mop keeping him at bay. Good. Now what? Do a ninja kickflip, huh? Ram it into his mouth. You cringe a little at this idea. Even Steve isn't annoying enough to warrant such treatment. But the real Steve isn't there anymore, is he? What? Don't get sentimental now, old man. Steve growls in surprise, but as you shove the mop far back into his throat, the growling stops. He stumbles backwards into the bathroom, and you close the door in front of him, locking it with your janitor key. You're safe, for now. With Steve now locked away, you have to escape this place somehow. There's probably a lot more zombies running about. You tense up when you suddenly hear footsteps once more, but the young woman running around the corner clearly isn't a zombie. She looks disheveled and is clutching two big binders to her chest. Ah, wait, you know who she is. One of the unpaid interns, Kathy, or Kelly, or something. Steve was kind of into her, if you remember. She's after me, she yells as soon as she notices you. Please help me. You have no idea who she is, but you suppose you have to do something. Give her your mop as a weapon. Take this, you say. She stares at you like you've gone crazy. You quickly add, aim for the head. She still seems a little confused, but you just pat her on the shoulder. She'll do well. As she disappears down the hallway, mop in hand, you take a quick look around. Which way will you go? To the back exit, because we were at the front door in the other life. Back exit it is. Thankfully, it seems to be open. If not fully, there's something weird about blocking the way. A body? Hey, you need help? No answer. Then you notice a small animal sitting next to the body. It's a pretty fat raccoon and it's staring at you and blinking. Wait, can animals be zombies too? Hey, you didn't bite that fella or something, did you? It lifts his tiny weird raccoon hands after to say, and what if I did? Not very reassuring. Suddenly the raccoon gets up and starts walking towards the exit. It stops halfway to look back at you. Does it want you to follow? We're gonna follow the raccoon. The raccoon's probably right. Can't believe you said such a sentence in your head. Too much weird stuff has happened today. You're not risking it right in front of the exit. Both of you and the raccoon step outside and escape into sweet, sweet freedom. Finally. Now you just need to get home and then you can watch Bingo in peace. You hope Bingo still exists in the apocalypse. The raccoon tugs on your overalls. Its beady eyes suddenly seem very big. You can't come with me, buddy. I don't think it's legal to keep you as a pet. The raccoon gives you a look. The look says, it's the goddamn apocalypse, dude. What do you think, you'll get arrested? The raccoon is right. He said it again. Alrighty then, you say. I'll call Steve. I'll call you Steve. We survived! We got the good ending, yay! He's so cute! Katya. Okay, so this is gonna be weird, huh? There's no answer, only growling. An animal, maybe? Some kind of dog. But why would they let dogs into the labs? Suddenly, something rams the door from the other side. You jump back in shock and see a man bursting through, foaming at the mouth. Wait, you know that guy. Isn't it Steve? Wait, what? Oh, Steve, not the gender, not the other gender. Right? Yeah. Prank you, scold him. Oh, haha, very funny, you say. Who made you do this? The other interns tell them it's a stupid prank. Steve says. Now you're getting a little annoyed. I got it. You're a zombie. You want brains? You can stop now, and your disguise isn't even that convincing. You step forward to wipe off his face paint, but he bites your hand off before you can touch his face. Well, either he's really committed to his part, or you just made a grave mistake. We died! Alright, so we didn't get all of the endings, but I don't want to give them all away because I want you guys to play this game, obviously. So check it out. I will leave the link in the description as much as I possibly can often. If you guys like this, please give me a subscribe and a like and a comment. Comments are important. Tells me how well or bad I'm doing. So if you want to bully me online, go for it. I will read them wholeheartedly. But anyways, take care. Thank you guys for hanging out. I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.